Bob Fryer here in the AAPEX studio. I want to thank again our sponsors, Repairify and Great Water 360 Auto Care. Got a couple of guests here, as always. We've got John Chalifoux, he's with MEMA.
Yes.
And Ed Edwards is a member of MEMA, but also a company unto yourself, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. We're talking about sustainability, and you took the pledge for sustainability. Can you describe what that is, why it was important to you, and how it affects your company?
Sure, the Sustainability Pledge was a good tool to use this year just to remind us as we come to exhibit ways that we can be more sustainable.
Okay.
One thing that we did was do away with all of our printed materials in our booth. Our booth this year consists of only digital media.
Right.
It's really easy to change out. It doesn't have to be reprinted, doesn't have to be thrown away when it's obsolete.
Yeah.
We have no printed materials in our booth this year, so it's all QR codes that people can download information on our products. Travel out here was very sustainable as well.
Yeah.
It just really goes in line with our business in the aftermarket and how sustainable we are as a business with the circular economy.
It really is flowing into every industry, isn't it? I mean,
is.
why do they still
Absolutely.
print the yellow pages when everybody can look up a phone number,
Right.
No more menus either, just scan the thing on the
right.
desk. John, talk to me about your Center for Sustainability. You've
Yep.
got some real focuses that you're working on.
Yeah, so Bob, earlier this year, we launched out of MEMA a Center for Sustainability. And the whole idea is there's such a great focus today on sustainability and ESG. Ed comes from our remanufacturing group.
Right.
But we know that it goes well beyond just remanufacturing. So this is a center, a go-to place to accelerate your journey for all of our members, whether they're OE or aftermarket, auto or commercial vehicle, or remanufacturing. And basically, in so many words, our vision is a world where meeting society's need for transportation is going to produce nothing but a positive impact on humanity and the environment, on people and the planet.
It very much is true. As much as, we all went through the pandemic and everybody did Zoom stuff, but people still need to be mobile. People still need to get around, right?
And we say that. In fact, what we do, everybody here,
Yeah.
we are making parts, providing parts for the ultimate mobile device. And when you think about it, our vehicles are, for me, they're a lot cooler than a cell phone. Not only do they communicate today, but they also transport you. So we have a great industry, and we just want to show as we go that we have so many member companies that are responsible to people, the planet, their business, and we want to make sure that that message gets across.
Ed, again, tell me more about your business and how it is that you're involved with me.
Sure, I'm with Circuit Board Medics.
Okay.
We remanufacture vehicle electronics. You think of all the electronics that are in a vehicle, from your instrumentation, your transmission control module that controls the shifts of the transmission, the engine control module, the seat control modules. There are literally hundreds of circuit boards throughout the automobile.
Yeah.
We remanufacture those. By nature, remanufacturing and reusing that device and rebuilding it to become better than brand new is sustainable. We take that to the next level and invite sustainability into our business from the form of recycling materials that are old and unusable. What we have done has been greatly impactful. The amount of automobiles that we've kept out of the landfill, the amount of modules we've kept out of the landfill is quite staggering.
And John, Ed serves on your sustainable board. Is that what you were saying?
So on our Center for Sustainability, Ed is one of the members on our steering committee.
And steering committee,
Yes.
and the responsibilities thereof.
Ed basically guides us. We do this with all of our governance within MEMA as a trade association. We always look to have members. We want our governance bodies to reflect the membership. So again, I mentioned before about auto and commercial vehicle and OE, aftermarket, and remanufacturing. Ed's one of our key members because it's really neat. His company, and I know we don't have enough time to learn about it today, but he's an entrepreneur. He started, if I may, 13 years ago in his basement. He represents that smaller but great supplier that keeps this industry running.
And I'll say this, I interview people beyond the auto care industry, obviously. There are many conventions in the world and we go to all of them, but I want to ask you, the word that's always pretty much common to all of it is sustainability. Sure. And are there ideas from other industries that you can take that will give you maybe just a kernel of an idea that can help you in your business?
Yeah, really, and I'll answer that and explain a little bit more of the steering committee all in one answer. What I've realized throughout business is it's just like when you identify your core values.
Yeah.
You don't identify core values to become someone. You identify the core values that explain who you already are, right? And then as you go on, you say, hey, this is a way that we will perform, this is the way we will operate within business. Those core values are just there as a reminder so that you don't drift away, right?
Right.
And
a moral compass, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And sustainability is the same way. If you don't continue to tell stories of how you are living out your core values, those core values may just evaporate. You may become someone you never intended to become as a company.
Yeah.
So with sustainability, with the steering committee, we also use the ESG policies to not only say, hey, we're sustainable by nature, and our businesses are just generally sustainable. We try to measure how sustainable we are so we can become more and more and more sustainable as time goes on. Because if we don't, we'll just drift away and say, hey, by nature, we are who we are. We are doing something good for the environment. Things that we can take away from other businesses, you mentioned already, the QR codes for menus, the things that we're not printing, I don't know.
No, I hear you. Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Change is the slow boring of mountains.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jim Collins talks about it in Good to Great. If there's a big flywheel and you can finally get it going, someone comes along and says, "What was the one big push that got that flywheel going?" And it's not one big push. It's lots of small,
little pushes.
Thousands of small pushes. It's continuous improvement. We have to get better every day. If we're not getting better, we're getting worse.
Ed, John, great to talk to you. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Bob.
And again, a big thank you to our sponsors, Repairify and Great Water 360 Auto Care. You can check them out down at Joe's Garage on level 1 here at the Venetian Expo. I'm Bob Fryer. We'll see you again here at the AAPEX studio.